Good evening, folks. My name is Alex. I posted that p90x video that's on my channel a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't really talk about my experience with p90x. And p90x, first I'll say, is a great program that I was honestly a little skeptical about when I first started. But once I got started, I committed with it, stuck with it, and thanks to my Beachbody coach, I was able to maintain that only where I failed the first couple of times around day 60 where I just lost interest. Thankfully, with the coach, I was able to prevent that, and I'm considering becoming a coach now. But that will be for a different topic. And this one is mainly for P90X and share exactly my experiences with the program as a whole. First, I'll say the hardest day was definitely day one. That's all. More than likely, it's going to be the hardest for most everybody. Simply because of the fact you're just starting, you don't really know exactly what you're doing. You just know you're trying something new. So, but once you get past day one, day two is the one where really you just don't want to get up. You're probably going to be sore. You probably probably really thinking, what am I getting myself into? The truth is that's normal. Everybody goes through it at least once. Even the professional fitness models and professional bodybuilders go through that day one at some point in their careers. And they ask the same questions of why am I doing this? Can I really do it? The point is, you can do it, and if you stick with it, you will do it. You see my video, you see what I look like for the start P90X compared to what I look like now. And again, I'm in the middle of insanity, so in a few days when we push them out, or halfway fixed now. And that's even got huge differences between the end of P90X and now. So really, any exercise program you do, you get what you get. You get what you put into it, is what you get out of it. But if you eat right or push every workout, commit yourself 100% to being fit or living the life to the best you can, it's like it will happen. Now, I'll say, or with P90X, it was a unique challenge for me because the simple fact it was 90 days. And that was probably the most brutal 90 days of my life. And this is coming from a guy who's been in the Army. So the PT program in the Army just did not compare to the intensity of P90X. And I think for me, a big contributing factor for that was the fact that it's completely one opposite. I wasn't being forced to do it every morning. I was choosing to do it. And that makes a big difference. You have to want to do something for it to work. Now, if I wanted to do for the PT in the Army every morning and actually put my effort into it, I probably would have got a lot of different results out of the Army. Probably would have had a much different experience than I did. So, but the truth is, I didn't want that in the Army. I just went in the Army. Basically, it was a job. It wasn't a fitness program. It wasn't a lifestyle. And here I am, or almost 2 years, a little over a year solidly out of the Army now. And I'm in better shape now than I ever was before, even in high school. Yes, I weigh more, but look how much more muscle I put on for the time I joined the Army. So that muscle weighs more than fat. That's why a lot of these bodybuilders, yeah, they weigh a ton, but it's all muscle. The fitness models are the same way. The only difference is they don't have as much muscle, so it looks like they're smaller, but I guarantee they're just as dense. But if you want to look good, all you gotta do is stick with a fitness program. You don't have to get ripped, and you don't have to lose tons of fat to say you look good. Just get to where you're comfortable. Once you get to where you're comfortable, you can maintain. Maintaining is easier than getting there. So, but even though it's easier, it requires a little more care. Because you got to keep eating the right stuff. You got to keep eating the right portions. You got to keep working out, even though it's not as much. You still have to maintain those habits, and that's why they call it maintenance. Because once you get there, you just have to maintain it. Getting there is hard because you have to make all sorts of commitments to get there and actually work for it. So, or maintaining it is a unique challenge in itself. Once you get there, it's a lot easier getting there. So, that's basically my thoughts on P90X. If you're looking for a challenge, but you don't want a whole lot of cardio, go for it. But if you're really antsy or really trying to move and grooving, do a hybrid of it and insanity. Or if you're really fit and you're just looking for something to keep amping up your game, use the Slalom and P90X. drugs. Asylum is, I'm going to be trying after I'm done with Insanity, and it's, from what I understand, is brutal. The results I've seen from other people who've used it have been insane. But it's a well-named program, and it's definitely bringing results for me so far. I'll help within our 30 days. I'll post a review on my thoughts on Insanity and give you a better insight of what to look for. Well, night, folks.